Nilaya by Asian Paints and pepperfry.com present the Great Indian Home Makeover, where we make your dream home come true.
The Great Indian Home Makeover is the first of its kind design show where we redesign one of the living spaces in your home over a span of 48 hours. Presented by Nilaya by Asian Paints and pepperfry.com.
Wow!
It's my room.
Hosted by the glamorous actress extraordinaire, Soha Ali Khan. And the talented designer, Anjali Modi.
At a restaurant, the things we judge the most, apart from the food of course, are the decor and the ambience. But rarely do we get to see a restaurateur's home. This episode will change on that. Today we meet Amman, the owner of Chez Moi, in his own personal space, where we hope to create an oasis where he can unwind, much like his friends and family unwind at his cafe. Nilaya by Asian Paints and pepperfry.com present the Great Indian Home Makeover, where we make your dream home come true.
Hi, my name is Amman. I am an entrepreneur. I run a couple of businesses. I have a small cafe in Bandra. Besides that, I have a talent management and marketing solutions company. I am not somebody who can work for someone. A, because I cannot work for someone, and B, because I can make a lot more money this way. So, parents also live in Bombay, and I first moved out because I realized that my style of work, my line of work is not something I can explain to my parents. And as much as my mother would understand the fact that I work late, as a mother she'd want her child to sleep on time and wake up on time and eat a good breakfast and eat lunch, and it is very erratic. So living alone started out with moving into a studio because you feel that a studio is good, that much space should be enough for you. Then you kind of graduate to a one bedroom where you say need a little more space. Had a friend who came over who lived with me for 6 months, French guy, and then I realized this town's too small for two sheriffs, so we had to get a bigger space. So we got a 2-bedroom apartment, and now even that seems small. Well, for me, becoming an entrepreneur frankly was not that difficult. I don't know, I think I'm just somebody who thinks from here but mostly works from here. So at that point in time, it seemed like the thing I wanted to do. Now that I look back at it 6-7 years down the line, it feels like, okay, wow, it was such a tough decision to make. But honestly, at that point in time in life, there were no two ways about it. It's just something I wanted to do. My advice to anybody would be, if you have any sort of EQ, emotional quotient, or self-empathy, then you need to self-audit yourself, figure out what it is that you're good at if you're not currently enjoying doing what you're doing. If even 1% of you says that this is something you want to do, I'm not even saying for the rest of your life, for the next 10 years, just do it. Dive in, get it out of your system. If you love it for the rest of your life, great. If not, then at least you won't die with regret.
Hi, my name is Akshat Shetty. I met Amman 4-5 years back. We used to work out in the same gym. He's a big brother to me right now. Literally, I see him every day. I'm at his place almost every day, chilling with him. The best part is I get to go to clubs and parties for free. A word to describe Amman is confident. I've never seen a guy so confident. He looks like this short and all that, but the confidence makes him larger than what he is.
The restaurant's called Chez Moi. The idea behind it was I have some really good friends who are from Paris, and every time I'd visit Paris, I'd be like, their houses look so nice. Just the art, decor, architecture there is so interesting. And I said, Bombay back then, this is about 6 years back, was lacking a space like that. And what I could only afford in terms of space at that time was a pretty small cafe-sized place, and I decided to kind of make it into a space that I thought I would want to come and hang or go out on a date with, or just generally come and have a drink at.
The restaurant is like French style. It's very different. The vibe out there was good, so I enjoyed the place. Like, it was a chilled out, nice, good food.
At a restaurant, as I said earlier, like, it's great initially to meet people every day, but yes, it does get exhausting over a course of time, and even when you're freshly into it, when you come back home in the middle of the night after settling accounts, after doing everything, all I want to do is sit at home and unwind. And so that's why my home was so important to me, because I was spending 12 hours in the hospitality space. So where people used to go out to eat once a week or twice a week, for me it became an everyday thing. That exhaustion sets in at work, and you need a sanctuary, you need a sanctum to come back to, which basically is your decompression zone, and my home was always my decompression zone.
Hi, my name is Roshni. Amman is a friend and I also work with him.
My company is called Shark and Ink. Shark as in the fish and ink as in what you put in a pen. We just wanted to kind of come up with two absolute random words and put them together. My partner liked the word shark and I like tattoos, so I was the ink, and that's how we became Shark and Ink.
Amman and I met at a party. We have a bunch of common friends who are either from the film industry, the media business, or not, but we still sort of meet every now and then.
Amman is like a social guy, so almost half of the Bandra people know him, and like 25% people are at his place.
We've had business discussions there, we've chilled out there, yeah, we've played games there.
I love the way, the energy that he brings. He bounces around, making sure everybody's having fun and everybody's entertained, everybody's doing something.
I've personally noticed that over the past few years, I've started entertaining a lot more people at home, and I think a lot has to do with the fact that I don't go out anymore as much, because my restaurant business, my talent management business, everything is nightlife. So what seems like a really fun job to people when I tell them that I'm out twice in a week or thrice in a week at a club, at a bar, etc., it's work. My living room's used mostly to entertain people. My living room is the first room I step into after I wake up, immediately out of bed. That's my chai zone. I call it my chai zone. It's at a particular spot on the couch with a newspaper at a particular spot and a teacup. This one teacup that I have, which I'm in love with. I guess everybody has that one thing. So my living room's used for that. My living room's used to work out. So even if I'm working out of home, it's the living room. I personally have my two chairs, two zones in the living room. One is a more relaxed couch, and then there's like an upright chair, which is to do serious work. So yeah, living room's primarily the entertainment room. If there's a game, if there's an IPL game, or if there's a football game, people come over, PlayStation sessions with friends, to the point that getting a projector now for the house, because that's the experience we want, because it's primarily used to entertain people, to watch TV, have a few drinks, and relax, I guess. That's it.
The word for his living room is like chill. It's like a place where you like calm, chilled out, do whatever you want except wear footwear. That's the only rule he has out there.
Minimalist for me is not very bulky furniture. I'm a lover of the outdoors. I'm a lover of open spaces. As a person, I just like freedom of movement. I like space. The human should have the space, and the space should not have the human.
I have a thing for furniture and spaces and that kind of thing, walls and textures and that kind of thing. So every time I walk into people's places, I look at things and I touch and that kind of thing. He does the same thing in my space, so he comes in and says, "Oh, how have we done that?" and that kind of thing. So his space, I think, sort of reflects his personality.
The word home basically means a place where I unwind, a place where I decompress, a place where I completely disconnect from everything else that I don't want to be connected to.
From the two places that I've seen him live in, I think what he does is sort of use a part of his living room for the seating area and that kind of thing. He'll leave a whole lot empty for, I don't know, movement and that kind of thing.
At the moment, I wouldn't say it's a well-designed home. It's quite empty. You know, it needs a bit more character, and if anyone knows Amman, he's full of character, so I think his home should reflect that.
I have left my Zen space in your hands. Please make me a yogi when I move back in. I'm nervous, very nervous actually, and excited. It's one of those things that you have just before an exam result, because you kind of have faith in what you've done or what's going to happen, but there's always that 1% element of suspense where you go like, okay, I hope it turns out to be the way what I have in mind. So I'm really, really excited but nervous also at the same time.
So Amman has a bachelor pad and he wanted to create a space that was airy and also had a zen feeling. What I want to do for this space is to create an area for him that is decluttered, that's airy, and that brings in a lot of natural light and comfort to the space. Now moving on to the walls. Amman is very minimalistic. He doesn't have a lot of fuss, doesn't like a lot of clutter. I decided to use the black and white rain dance wallpaper by Nilaya by Asian Paints and decided to put them on all the walls to create a sense of uniformity in this space. I think this is the corner that will be used the most.
I love surprises, and let's hope that Amman does too. Today, we're going to actually wake him up from his bed and say, surprise!
Welcome back to pepperfry.com and Nilaya by Asian Paints present the Great Indian Home Makeover. Now moving on to the walls. Amman is very minimalistic. He doesn't have a lot of fuss, doesn't like a lot of clutter. As you can see, the Asian Paints team is behind me hard at work putting up the wallpaper that we've chosen. I decided to use the black and white rain dance wallpaper by Nilaya by Asian Paints. And decided to put them on all the walls to create a sense of uniformity in this space. It caters to his sensibilities really well, and it adds a little bit of personality to the space because it has a nice pattern that goes with it. From what we understand, Amman has a very flexible routine. He doesn't know when he's going to leave, he doesn't know when he's going to come back. Most of the time he has really, really late nights. So we wanted to create a space that was kind of hassle-free, something that didn't require a lot of maintenance. And so we used Pepperfry's Woodsworth collection because it's straightforward, it has simple lines, and it's maintenance-free. So I think that will work really, really well for his space. That paired with kind of monochromatic furniture, blacks, whites and beiges to create a neutral palette for him, to create a space that was calm, relaxing and had a zen feel, something that Amman specifically wanted. For all of you that don't know, Amman has a no shoe policy in his house. So we try to make sure to give him a shoe rack that kind of tucked away all the shoes in a very clean and neat manner. We have a beautiful console here that will go up against a projector wall that he's going to project when he has friends to watch movies. Let's see how he uses this space. But this will act as a really nice, comfortable space for him to do whatever he wants in the media space. And moving on to this lovely bar, I think this is the corner that will be used the most. If you can see, it's very expansive and has a lot of storage, and it also becomes very compact in a lot of ways, and I think he's really going to like it. Amman loves entertaining people at home. So it was very important to have a space that catered to everyone's sensibilities. So lighting played a very important role here because it created ambience in a small space such as his. And it opened up pockets of the room that didn't really exist before, that weren't really noticed before. That paired with blue curtains. Blue is actually Amman's favorite color, so it brought in a lot of lightness and airiness to the room. And created lighting that gave a lot of ambience to the space. I'm very happy with how the lighting played an important role. So I think he'll really, really like it, and let's see what he says.
So I love surprises, and let's hope that Amman does too. Today, we're going to actually wake him up from his bed and say, surprise! His friend Akshit has managed to get his house key. Here it is. And we're going to take him all the way from his bed right through to the reveal. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Shh, let's go. Surprise! I like to scare people early in the morning.
Soha woke me up at my parents' place, which was quite surprising, and then the next thing I know, I'm asked to put on some clothes and come and see the new place.
We are sorry to interrupt your sleep.
I just couldn't wrap my head around what was going on for a good 20 minutes, and also it was just too much happening too fast.
Now we're going to take you to your house. We've kept you away from that room for...
Yes, you guys have really made it built it up. By the end of it, we were home, and I figured that, yeah, this was a surprise that I didn't really expect.
Chale?
Oh, yeah.
Chalo.
After you.
Welcome to your own home. Come inside.
When I was blindfolded and brought in the room the first time, I was made to touch and feel stuff.
Do you remember how the room was?
Yeah.
So over here,
Couch.
we can yes, then you can go a little aage.
Nice looking, feeling accent chair or a couch maybe. I've never done that before in the sense of trying out furniture by touch and feel first without actually visually kind of piecing the story together. Oh, can I sit?
You can?
Can I kind of...
Yes, of course.
Huh. I think I touched a fabric which I really liked. So I said, let me sit on it. That would be the best way to judge how comfortable a chair is. Wow. Okay, wow. Wow.
Nice, no?
Wow, yeah. It's more than wow. I would have never wallpapered my room and imagined it to look like this. Thank you. This is... Can I touch it?
Yes, of course.
Nice. I love the whole place. For instance, I would have never even imagined if I was doing the place on my own to wallpaper the walls end to end.
So this Nilaya by Asian Paints wallpaper is called Black and White Rain Dance.
Great.
And I think it's really funky, it's nice.
I think it's cool, yeah. It is exactly how I expected it to be. Like my favorite colors, my favorite hues, tones, textures, knickknacks, accents that you had over there were just perfect. Just enough to add character without cluttering it too much. So it was perfect. Thanks, man. This is really, really way better than I expected it to be.
And we've still kept it minimalistic.
Yes,
but
I
it's
like the
important
fact
to
that
have some
it's so much
surfaces.
space. Yeah, I love this couch. This is going to be my favorite seat now.
That one?
Yes, I love the blue. I love blue as a color. This is exactly my color palette that I would have gone
So it is
for.
exactly black and white and grey with a little bit of blue.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now when the light comes
Yeah,
in,
see blue and grey
in the
now.
morning light through blue curtains also.
Wow.
What do you like the most? I really like the bar cabinet, by the way. And do you want to try and open it up?
Yes. Oh, it becomes a table, does it? Ah, great. Pepperfry furniture is light, easy to handle, perfect to entertain people, drop something, scrub, wipe, clean, it works perfectly. And it's comfortable, man. Personally speaking, I think the blue accent chairs would be my favorite spot. I love this. I'm just amazed. I would have never, this is incredible. I'm quite surprised at how fast the turnaround time was. I don't know if it's primarily because of the wallpaper or I don't know what, but I would definitely recommend Pepperfry and the consultants. Get their opinion on what can be done in the house because you'll be surprised at how fast it can work out for you. I'm still thinking about small corners and nooks that you've added to the space, and I still can't figure what's my favorite spot. So definitely recommend it. Yeah. I can't get over the walls. And I love the Nilaya by Asian Paints wallpaper. It's brilliant and I think I would recommend it to everybody. This is wow. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So when you want to have your favorite color adapted into a space, make sure that everything else in the room, including the walls, are very neutral so that that color has the ability to stand out. Don't use too many colors in that space because again your favorite color will be lost. And try to use your favorite color in subtle ways or in ways that can be highlighting the room and not blast it everywhere. So when you're dealing with a smaller room, don't ever use dark furniture because it makes the room look a lot smaller. I would suggest using light furniture because it opens up the space, it makes the room look a lot larger, and it plays a very important role to how the room is seen at any point of the day.
To shop the look, go to pepperfry.com. All of the furniture, the accessories, the Nilaya by Asian Paints wallpaper can be in your brand new room with just the click of a button.
To me, my home is about my family. The fact that my dad moved into the guest room was a little disturbing at first.
Don't do any other homes. Just do all the separate rooms of Patodi. How's that?